It's been just over 3 months since we finished our regular in-depth looks at the Series 3 Land Rovers on offer from Hongwell, Cararama. Since then, I've been researching and looking at Land Rover Freelanders and Range Rovers in the same scale. And to be quite honest with you, these are proving to be just as complex in my attempt to create a database and make sense of all the variations that have been issued over the years, and added to the fact that actually obtaining models so that I can photograph them and closely examine them to decide on what is and isn't classed as a variation. So progress has proved painfully slow. But in the meantime, I've also been keeping an eye out for any new models that we know exist in the Series 3 soft tops that can be added to the collection. And as I've said in the past, I'll quite often buy 3 models just to gain one that is grouped with them so that I can get my hands on the one and move the others via the auction sites just to raise funds to buy some more. So we'll get on with the subjects of today's video. And the first is the white soft top in police livery. Now, this one came with a group of other models, and giving it a quick glance over, I discarded it as the another one in the collection was the one I was really after. It wasn't until I came to decide to list this one to resell that under the strong lights I noticed that it bore a definitely cream shade to the wheels. So much so that I actually drew out the others from the collection and compared, and whereas every one had a hard white wheel, this one was definitely a cream version. So hence it is now listed. Under some photographic situations, it's hard to tell. We've come across this before, whereas a paint pigment's on, say, plastic as opposed to an adjacent piece being applied to metal. So that's one that very nearly slipped through the net. So it just goes to show it's always worth double checking. Our next new find, I strongly suspect it to be a Code 3. And Code 3, for those who don't know, is a model that has been released by a manufacturer and subsequently changed by another person. Now this one features a squared off cover to the rear of the load bed instead of the frames which this model usually carries. It looks rather smart. As I say, I think it's Code 3, but it's one Hongwell perhaps could have done with making. As I've been collecting these models for more years than I care to think about, when you first start, the variations come thick and fast. There's always something to buy to add to the collection. But as you get deeper into it, you'll find that these dry up. It's very difficult to lay your hands on some models that are exceedingly rare or just can't find them. One in particular is the Army Land Rover with the camouflage effect. This is the version 1 that has orange flecks in the camouflage paintwork and side windows. This variant is different in the fact that the camouflage paintwork has not been applied to the front headlamp surround, and this remains body colour. Now, this model has proved so elusive that I had come to the conclusion that it was just a one-off factory error and I was unlikely ever to come across one. But whilst browsing the internet, this set turned up and I quickly spotted that the one I'd been after was sat there second from the left. Now, due to work pressures, I was just about to leave for work, and so I put in a rather large bid on the auction site for it in the hope that I would be successful. A couple of days later, I got an email to say that I'd won the item, which duly arrived within a week. and upon opening the box I discovered that there was the Land Rover I'd been after, the Army version, but upon examining the others in the set, every one was unique and one I'd been searching for a long time. And the reason these were unique is that every model had the Type 2 window vent panel surround, and these have proved very elusive. So each of the 6 models all carried this variant, and meant at a stroke I could tick off 6 models that had been long-standing emissions in the collection. Now the Hamleys branding is a UK firm, and they have rather large shops in major towns spread all across the globe, from what I can understand. They're not just your average corner shop or toy shop in the high street. These are flagship branches in each country, and the London one in particular is reputed to have in excess of 3 million visitors annually, so not your average toy shop. Now the interesting thing is that every model in this collection is different. So whether this was part of a deal with the retailer that stipulated that every model had to be unavailable elsewhere, so hence this set turns up in the form it does, is unknown. But if that is the case, wouldn't it be easier just to apply different colours or different liveries? Anyway, as to the price, what I paid for them, £10. So this makes this set the best value set I've ever bought, and as a collector the most rewarding find, and could have so easily missed it. Interesting to note, a couple of days later another one appeared on eBay, and that went for about £12. So these sets really are good value. The trick is finding them. Well, that's about it for this one. Hope you've all enjoyed it. We're very close to Christmas, so wish you all a safe and very happy Christmas, and as always, happy collecting.